Imagine this. It's 11:47 p.m. and you're staring at the ceiling. You just replayed the same sentence in your mind for the 15th time. Should I say it like this? What if they misunderstand me? Will it ruin everything? But instead of speaking, you stay silent. Again. And the next morning, you wear the same smile. You say it's fine, but your heart feels tight and your truth remains unspoken. Hi everyone, welcome back. Today I want to talk about something we all face but rarely talk about. It's called difficult conversations. So hear me out. Because avoiding hard conversations might feel safer in the moment, but it's quietly costing you connection, confidence, and your own inner peace. By the end of this video, you won't just know how to speak up, you'll feel calm, clear, and most importantly, ready. So let's begin. Let's first talk about why these conversations feel so hard. It's not always about the topic. It's usually because we care. We care about the person. We care about how they will respond. And we care about what it might break or build. That's why it feels so scary. We don't want to lose the relationship. So instead, we lose ourselves in silence. We water down our words. We hide behind, I'm okay. And we wait for someone else to bring it up first. But truth isn't meant to be bottled. It's meant to be spoken gently, kindly, clearly. Let me tell you a story. I had a friend and we were very close. We laughed together, grew up together, ate together. But one day she began making jokes about me in front of others, small digs, disguised as humor. And it hurt deeply. But I smiled through it because I didn't want to rock the boat. I didn't want to be called too sensitive. And most importantly, I didn't want to lose her. So, what did I do? I stayed quiet. And every time it happened, I smiled wider, but I shrank smaller. Until one day, I just couldn't. I took a breath, sat her down, and said, when you joke like that in front of others, it makes me feel invisible. She paused and then said, I didn't know that. I thought you were okay with it. That conversation on that day didn't break our friendship. It made it real. And that's when I realized avoiding the truth doesn't protect connection. Speaking it does. Let's take a breath. If this is already speaking to you, pause for a moment. Click the like button maybe, so that more people find this message. If you're feeling even braver, drop in the comments. That's our quiet symbol for I am ready to speak. And now let's walk through how to have these conversations step by step. Not just with the right words, but with the right energy. Before any hard conversation, don't rush into it. Sit with your truth first. What exactly are you feeling? What do you need? What's your honest intention? Write it down. Not as a script, but to clear the noise. Instead of saying, you always ignore me, try, I feel unheard when I share and there is no response. Speak from your heart, not your defense. Your words have more power when they're rooted in how you feel, not in what they did wrong. Now, the second thing is timing. You wouldn't plant a seed during a storm. So don't have a big conversation during one either. Choose a calm moment, not when you're angry, not when they're distracted. Maybe after dinner, maybe on a walk, maybe over tea. And pick a safe space. Somewhere that says this matters, because it does. When the conversation begins, speak, yes, but then listen. Most of us are so nervous about being heard, we forget to truly hear. Give them space to respond, to process, to feel surprised, to say something you didn't expect. And when they speak, don't interrupt. Don't plan your next sentence. Just be present. One of the most healing things we can say without words is, I'm listening. I want to understand. Now, here's where it gets real. The conversation might stir emotions, yours and theirs, and that's okay. But don't let the emotion lead. Let presence lead. If your voice shakes, breathe. If you feel tears coming, pause. You are allowed to feel. But you're also responsible for staying grounded. If things get too heated, say, can we take a break and come back to this later? That's not weakness, that's wisdom. And once the truth is spoken, don't just leave it hanging in the air. Offer something, a small shift, a new way forward, maybe even a suggestion. Instead of, you never check on me, try, I'd love it if we could schedule a check in once a week, even just 10 minutes. Show them you're not just pointing out a crack, you're holding the tools to help rebuild the bridge. And finally, follow up. Healing doesn't happen in one conversation. Check in a few days later. Say, how are you feeling? I've been thinking about what you said. Are we okay? That simple moment of care, that's where trust is built. Let's pause. I want to remind you of this. Speaking your truth isn't about being right, it's about being real. It's not about winning, it's about being witnessed. You deserve to take up space in your relationships. You deserve to be heard without shrinking. And yes, it might be messy at first. You might fumble, you might cry, you might not say it perfectly, but perfection isn't the goal. Presence is. So I invite you now to think of one conversation you've been avoiding, not with fear, but with curiosity. What would shift if you spoke clearly, calmly, kindly? What would change if you gave your truth a voice? Close your eyes. Who is that one person your soul wants you to speak to? Don't judge it, just breathe into it.